Well, while false bravado and complicity that, I guess, compensates for lack of courage seems to be dominating the tone and tenor of this weekend's news, well, in our featured story today, French President Macron, the irresistible Emmanuel Macron, just called out Donald Trump on the world stage as only an intelligent gentleman of some background and breeding could. As you'll see, President Macron not only speaks in complete sentences, his message in our featured video coming up, it's coming up next, it underscores not just the political differences between the two presidents regarding international geopolitical upheaval. Well, in this case, he speaks to the proposed groundbreaking of the 141 square mile soon-to-be Jewel of the Mediterranean, the magnificent seaside resort, a great place to get away from it all, have a laugh, see a show, escape from your troubles. That would be Jared Kushner's Borscht Belt, Middle East.
What do you imagine when I say the word Gaza? War, airstrikes, buildings in rubble, dying citizens? Those would be the common answers. But if you ask this to Jared Kushner, he'll say a valuable waterfront. And this is what he had to say about Gaza. I will quote, "Gaza's waterfront property could be very valuable if people would focus on building up livelihoods. It's a little bit of an unfortunate situation there, but from Israel's perspective, I would do my best to move the people out and then clean it up." Clean it up. Those were his words. Basically, Kushner wants Israel to expel civilians from Gaza, push them into the Negev desert, clean up the war-torn strip, and make beach bungalows there.
Now, as CNN reports, amid the maelstrom of indignation around Donald Trump's proposal to take over Gaza, French President Emmanuel Macron has called for respect for Palestinians and their Arab neighbors, batting away the U.S. president's idea of a mass displacement of Gazans from their homeland. You cannot say to 2 million people, okay, guess what? You will move. Macron told CNN in an exclusive interview, we have it coming up, recorded on Thursday, ahead of this week's AI summit. Now, let's remember, France suspended arms exports to Israel's defense forces in October 2024, calling for other nations to follow suit. The provocative proposal, lofted by Trump, outlined a plan to remove Palestinians from Gaza's neighboring Egypt and Jordan, with the U.S. taking a long-term ownership of the enclave. Trump stirred up a storm of criticism for bringing up Gaza's real estate potential, suggesting he could redevelop it into a Middle East Riviera. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu backed Trump's remarkable idea during a visit to the U.S. last week. In recent months, Israel has seen a wave of far-right settler groups planning and advocating for the redevelopment of Gaza, calling for Arab people to leave and to reestablish Jewish settlements. Any such land grab from the Palestinians would be illegal under international law and likely to spark further global condemnation. So here's today's great video of an international world leader, well, a well-spoken gentleman, a handsome bon vivant, and a defender of what is right and good and decent. God, I never thought I'd envy the French. But without further ado, President Macron in an exclusive interview from CNN.
Today, a humanitarian situation. So we have the ceasefire, we have to preserve it, we have to restore humanitarian operations, and we have to save maximum number of people. But now the right answer is not a real estate operation. This is a political operation. Just because this is not a free land, this is a place where 2 million people live and want to live. And just because international rights and a lot of treaties and agreements we negotiated, and even the US, did recognize this right. So you cannot say to 2 million people, okay, now, guess what? You will move. The whole story of humanity is made of tiny part of places where even less than 2 million people were ready to go till the end because they wanted just to stay. So I think we have to stick to our principles. Sometimes in this world, you have the feeling to be so old-fashioned when you speak about principles. But I will tell you, this is the humanity. And the civilization is a process. And the process of the civilization is that you learn generation after generation. And this is how you improve yourself. And we did learn that you can get rid of people and just push them out of their place when they have a legitimate right to live in their place, being recognized by everybody. So I think we have to respect the willingness of Palestinian people to have a state, and we have to respect Jordan, Egypt, these sovereign countries.
So if these words somehow fall on deaf ears at the White House, maybe the next time that paths cross, Macron might just whisper it as a sweet nothing to the current First Lady and blushingly beguiled Melania Trump.
Oh, sacre bleu!